Alright, sick. Here we go. We have been asked 144 questions. Don't know how many of these we'll actually answer.
All right.
But
Are you deciding what we answer on the spot, or have you already vetted a few of these?
I've kind of skimmed through it, so I know which ones are like repeat questions, more or less, or ones that we can answer like really, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it's a pretty diverse set of questions.
That's good.
Yeah. Alright, so I got a cup of coffee. It's about to start fucking storming outside. I don't know how long we're gonna be here for.
I got a
Right.
bottled water.
Nice. Alright, let's begin. From Thunder James, who asks, if you had to make a new YouTube channel from scratch, but had to do something completely different with it, what would you do and why? I don't know, like, I really can't imagine myself doing anything other than, I guess, the lazy style that we go with, of just kind of talking about shit.
Like, there's been so many different eras of what the channel was.
Yeah.
It started off as pre-recorded Let's Plays,
Mm-hmm.
and then it went into like quick dissections of SMT demons, along with lazy talks. And then it just became the lazy talks with the occasional lazy talk with an interview. But when it's that, it's professional talk.
Right, that's when we put on our tuxedos.
Yeah. And then there's my channel that I have on the side where I upload my mashups.
Which you should subscribe to, by the way.
Yeah. Like, I can't see us doing anything different, but I can't see us going all in on a specific aspect of things.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that, like, there's sort of the norm, which is, like, the just talking about stuff, but every now and again I'll do, like, a review or whatever. So, I don't know, if I had to do something just completely different, and I was never allowed to touch any of the old style sorts of things, fuck, I don't know what I would even do. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe just, like, Let's Plays, but I've already done that to some extent. Yeah, I don't know.
Weekly reactions to an anime, but not an anime that's currently running. An anime from, like, 10 years ago. Weekly reaction to Endless State. Like, I don't know what they're doing with this.
Oh, man. It could be called, like, the Friday 2000s or something. That'd be rad.
Yeah.
Right, so, moving on. Digi would like to know, are there any series you want to get into but haven't been able to for whatever reason? If you mean, like, I've had an interest in the thing, and I'm like, I want to get into it, but it just doesn't appeal to me, really? Not from, like, any recent recollection.
I want to get into Toho, but my skill level is just not high enough.
Right.
And I'd feel bad if I played a bunch of Toho spin-offs or, like, fan games without playing the real deal. If this was a world where I could get into Toho, and that came with the skill, heck yeah. It'd be like a schmuck god.
Yeah. As for me, as of recently, I've wanted to try to get into Gundam, because I've been watching people, like, put together the Gundam model kits, and learning about, like, the history of the series and stuff, so it seems kind of neat, but it's one of those clusterfucks where it's like, everybody has a different right way to get into it, you know? So I'll just have to look into that, and let my, heart be my guiding key, as they say. Lunar Champion has a question for each of us. He would like to know from Flair, would your enjoyment of the Rant series change if the porn elements were removed?
The thing is that a lot of the game's stories directly are impacted by the game's pornographic elements.
Right.
If they could come up with, like, a suitable replacement, I'm sure I'd be able to get into it. But, like if you just replaced all the rape with, like,
Slaughter.
I stole their soul. And now their soul is mine.
Yeah, it doesn't have quite the same impact. Like, that's one of the sort of beautiful things about Rants being in its genre, is that it's allowed to just kind of do whatever. Whereas in like some other shit, like a bad atrocity would be like, I killed 100,000 people. But it's a lot worse when it's like, yeah, I've raped like 10,000 people. It's like probably a little bit worse.
Like, once you've killed enough people, it stops being like an atrocity and starts being a statistic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Super Boo killed like the entire population.
He killed all the population of the Earth and countless others that we don't know about.
But like the only ones that really affected us were like Chaozu.
I don't think anybody was like, Chaozu, no!
Like everyone was up on the lookout.
Yeah.
Like I was more affected when he turned Chi-Chi into an egg and cracked her.
Yeah.
Is that with Chi-Chi?
Yeah, that was Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
I thought that was more just kind of funny, like I didn't feel anything.
I was like, yo, that's fucked.
I was like, that's kind of funny, Super Boo.
I was thinking it was fucked because like, man, what was that? What's that like if she became human?
Yeah.
Like earlier they talked about, oh shit, we broke Piccolo. But Piccolo regenerates. So what the fuck's gonna happen to Chi-Chi?
Yeah, man. How did we start talking about Super Boo? And my question is, seeing as Bedman, sexy motherfucker as he is just a dude on a bed, do you think his design will receive a drastic change like May, or will it stay about the same? Assuming he does come back, I think it's very likely he will have a new bed frame, because like in Guilty Gear Exard's story, he talks about how he has like a 7th or 8th generation bed frame. So it's not a stretch of the imagination to say he would get a new one. But that's assuming Bedman even comes back. Like, where I'm at right now, I'm thinking it's more likely that he will be replaced by Bed Girl. And, like, I might make a... that seems like just some weird nonsense Rule 63 thing, but that's like an actual Guilty Gear lore thing. But I don't know, maybe I'll make a little video about, like, the possibility of Bed Girl. But, yeah, like it's a fucking cryptid.
Yes, Bed Sean.
Yeah. But I think if he does come back, he will most likely have a different bed frame, and maybe be wearing a different outfit. Kiwi Le Survivant wants to know, Toriumi or Kawakami? See, that question actually got me thinking. I saw it, and I was like, Toriumi's actually pretty good. Like, she's the legendary rare teacher MILF gamer.
Yeah, that's a huge cross-section.
Yeah.
But like, we spend a lot more time with Kawakami, and her interest and life is a lot more fleshed out than we get from Toriumi.
Yeah.
Even when we go to her drunk gamer times, she doesn't really talk about her life outside of school all that much.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like she does anything except work and play the MMO.
Yeah. I would like to know more about Toriumi.
Yeah.
And if I got to know more, I'm sure that I would like her a lot more, because what's there I like a lot.
Yeah.
But Kawakami just has more at the moment. I could go fishing with Kawakami. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably Kawakami, just because I'm, like, more attached to her character, even though Toriumi is a pretty good option. Yeah, I'd say Kawakami. I don't understand this question. From Brazian, he says, if you had a stand, why would it be worse than mine? I mean, yeah.
Well, my stand is obviously an automatic stand that just draws comfortable things towards me. And it doesn't even like draw them towards me. It draws me towards them. It's kind of like Heya, but like non-existent. If Heya didn't actually say anything, and its extent of good luck was like, yeah, this is the comfiest cushion on this couch.
On this couch. It doesn't have a very big range.
Yeah.
As for me, I've been thinking about the idea of like a stand that kills you with salt. Not like gamer rage salt, though, like actual salt poisoning. Like, I think that would be pretty cool. So yeah, mine would be like the salt stand. It'd be rad.
Mine would be
The pillow cushion.
The pillow stand.
Yeah. So good luck beating us.
Yeah.
The fan site would like to know, which Persona dad would you want to be your dad? There's really not a very extensive list of those. There's like Dojima, Sojiro, kinda. He's like an adoptive dad.
We got Shido.
Mitsuru. Yeah, there's a lot of like Persona 5 dads.
Yeah.
That aren't good people.
Yeah. Let's see here. Did you say Mitsuru? I'm gonna go with Mitsuru.
You'll go with Mitsuru's dad? That's not the worst option.
No, just Mitsuru.
Mitsuru is your dad? Alright, I can dig it. If Sojiro is an option, I'd take him. He actually reminds me of like my actual grandpa. So, yeah, I'd probably take Sojiro.
Yeah.
Yosu would like to know, who's the best Persona 4 boy and why is it Yosuke? Kanji is my favorite, but Yosuke is pretty alright.
Yosuke is a character who I feel really captures a lot of the themes and ideas of Persona 4 well.
Yeah.
Because he's also someone who's new to living in the small town of Inaba. I like that part about him a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I gotta give it to Kanji because such a good boy.
Yeah, he's very good. I would say even like out of the bro characters, Yosuke's probably my least favorite. I think like him and Ryuji are about tied, but
oh, I thought like you were talking specifically about Persona 4. I'm like between him, Kanji, and Teddy, you put Yosuke below Teddy?
No, no, I'm not that insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yosuke's like, he's okay. I don't really have too many strong feelings about him one way or the other, but...
Wait a minute, no. Kanji's not best Persona 4 boy. It's clearly that detective boy. Detective Prince.
That's a very good boy.
Yeah.
With his penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to suck it.
Yeah, me too, dude. But I'll let you go first, since he's your boyfriend, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Lady Virgilia would like to know, are you aware of the Trails series? Would you consider giving the upcoming Western release of Trails of Cold Steel 3 a shot? There's a demo on the PS4 out now, by the way. I've heard about it. Wasn't there that guy who donated like $100 just to ask if we've played Trails? Like Trails of the Sky, I think it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Was that you? I bet that was you.
It's a series that I've been interested in, but I've been waiting for it to be on a system that I play a bit more regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if it's not on the Switch, then it's probably not going to get too much time for me.
Yeah.
And as much as I like to dog on people who are like, Switch port when? Like, that's
like Switch port when? Like,
yeah, it's a very comfortable console to play on.
Oh yeah,
especially even in handheld mode. But I have been interested in the series and have wanted to give it a try for a while.
Yeah, I'm not like opposed to trying it. I've just got so many other things like that I could be playing and stuff. But I'm sure one day, you know, I'm going to live like eternally, so I'll play it eventually.
Yeah,
like one of them. Relius Main would like to know, have you watched or read Monster? And then for some reason Caswell replied and said, God damn it, Mega. I have not.
I've drank a Monster before. I wasn't big on it.
Yeah.
I haven't reached that boomer status yet.
Like Medi has?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how people can down that stuff. That, like, tastes really bad to me. Like, pretty much all energy drinks.
Yeah.
I'd rather just drink coffee, you know?
I can take a Gatorade, and that's like a light energy drink.
Yeah, Gatorade is good.
Yeah. Anthony Jackson asks, how did you get into anime?
That's a good question, because I don't know if I have, like, an origin point for that kind of thing. It's like...
I mean, I just assumed because, like, we're in the fucking, like, Dragon Ball Z Pokemon generation.
Yeah.
The Toonami generation. Like, it just came naturally to us.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think there was ever, like, for most of this kind of generation, there was ever a moment where it's like, this anime thing is now a thing I'm going to get into, you know? It's always just something that you're passively kind of liking, but...
Yeah.
Like, for me, at least, the origin point was, like, Kiki's Delivery Service, because I would watch that movie all the fucking time when I was, like, 2 and 3 years old. But other than that, it's just, like, always kind of been something I've watched, even before I knew, like, it was anime.
I have a friend who, has watched Kiki's Delivery Service 5 times, and has never been able to find it dubbed.
What?
Yeah.
Never been able... Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Kiki's Delivery Service was one of my, like first, like... It was my first Ghibli movie, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah. It's still my favorite movie. They were playing it in theaters when my WeebCon was happening, so I wasn't able to go see it. But one of these fucking days, I'm gonna see that movie in theaters. So, Opti would like to know what 2 characters you want to see in a schlock rap battle.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so do the characters need to have some sort of connecting thread?
Yo, Mitsuru versus the angry video game nerd rap battle.
That sounds strong, but like I actually saw this question earlier, and for the longest time today, as I went through my daily tasks, like working in the yard, I was thinking, but who would be a good match in a rap battle?
Yeah.
I became fixated on 2 ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Audrey versus Panty.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
And the other one that came to mind was Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club versus Yuki Nagato.
Ooh,
because I want to see Nagato spit some fire.
Yo, that would be rad, dude.
Have you seen how fast her mouth moves when she's rewriting?
She could diss you with 100,000 verses before you can even hear her say a fucking letter, dude.
General Vaughn asks, "Who was your first waifu?"
That's another good question. I might have to dig real deep into my memory banks for that one. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't remember my first time, like, being straight, you know?
Like, the first time I felt something that would be described as a actual waifu feeling, like, yo, I don't just want to, like, jerk off to this anime girl. I want to see her happy.
Yeah.
And grow strong. And grow old with her it was Naoto.
Right.
And I don't really feel that all that often since. I have a weird, like, sort of, like, cuck waifu thing going on with Honoka from Love Live.
Okay.
I want to see her grow strong and be happy with Umi. But that's, like, shipping.
Right.
But they're similar, like, I want to see more of them being happy in that. But waifu has a very vague definition that's different to a lot of people.
Yeah, as for me, like, some of the characters that, like, the female characters I liked when I was younger, I don't really think of them as, like, waifus. I think of them more as, like, daughterus at this point, you know?
Oh, man. Is that what growing old is?
That basically, yeah. Nincy would like to know wildest experience at a con. So, this has been like a consistent weird thing that has happened to me to basically every Louisiana con I've been to. I've told the story of this guy in a couple different videos, but I call him Crazy Goku Guy. He's this tiny, short little dude who at every convention is wearing the same Dragon Ball shirt with like one of the Goku's gi symbols on it. And every year he does some weird shit. Like, at the most recent con I went to with Dally, we were at this panel, and he shows up, and he's just, like, really weird. He, I don't know how to put this, but he has, like, no self-awareness about what he's doing. I had this panel, the guy comes in, he's like very loudly going like, excuse me, and he walks all the way to the front of the panel, holding his phone up like recording, and then sits like right in front of the guy. And he would walk back and forth in and out a couple of different times. He's just a really weird guy, and I've seen him at pretty much every con I've been to. And he's always doing some weird shit around the voice actors.
For me, I haven't been to many cons, but the memory that I hold with me closest is my memory of going to the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Hotel Escape.
The one that sucked?
The one that was sucked. The one that sucked and was terrible. Like I keep that with me because it made me know, like, yo, if you ever see a fucking anime escape room, don't do that.
Yeah, escape from that. Like,
escape the room, more like escape from
escape the shitty fucking game! Fuck! If you want to know more about that, like, whole ordeal, Medi has a video about that on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Squid System. Is Jack Frost made of ice or meat? I actually spent a while thinking about this one. It's a very interesting question. I'm leaning towards the idea that he's entirely made of ice.
Yeah, I think I was going to just say ice next question.
Yeah, I mean, like, King Frost is apparently just a big snowball. Mm-hmm. Like, the older King Frost design is anyway. So I'm leaning towards the idea that he's ice. Like, if you shoot Jack Frost, it'll just be like ice cream splatter and not blood. But
yeah,
he's probably just ice.
The fact that the old King Frost design seems to imply that the Jack Frost meld together to make the giant snowman,
yeah,
makes me think that it's ice.
Vlad Tep would like to how I beat Matador.
Well, that's not a question. That's the start of a story.
Yeah, man.
like Aaron Carter's song, "How I Beat Shaq."
Yeah, or How I Met Your Mother.
I think you're going to need to work on that. Matador has a bit too many syllables for.
Yeah, finish telling your story and then ask the question, and maybe we'll get back to you. Jay would like to know: is you guys' favorite JoJo part still Stone Ocean? Well, mine is part 4. I don't know if that's necessarily Flair's still.
I like part 4 a lot. I appreciate a lot of parts of part 6, but overall it's part 4.
Hell yeah. Fisheye, what game series got you into JRPGs, and who do you think is the main villain in JoJo Leon? What got me into JRPGs? I guess just Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a similar thing to like...
gateway.
Yeah, to kind of like the anime thing, where it's like, fuck, dude, I don't know. There was never a point where I was like, I am a JRPG fan, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Like, if you're talking like non-Pokemon JRPGs, and like non-Nintendo ones even, because there's also Paper Mario, which really goes... Pokemon and Paper Mario, I feel, go over a lot of people's heads as JRPGs.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go to any, like, Nintendo YouTuber, and they'll be all like, I don't get JRPGs, but where's my Paper Mario?
Yeah.
So I feel like those go over a lot of people's heads. But there's a period in middle school where I got really into the Final Fantasy series. So that was my genesis.
And who do you think is the main villain in JoJo Leon? I haven't kept up with JoJo Leon for the past, like, year. I saw, like, today on Twitter, some guy makes an appearance in the most recent chapter who's, like, maybe the main antagonist, but also maybe not. Like, I haven't read it, so I have no idea. But
I also have not read it, but I'm gonna have to give it to Omega Shenron.
Yeah, I believe it will also be Omega Shenron. Josuke has been using the Dragon Balls way too much, and so I think the negative energy is accumulating.
Yeah.
So watch out for Omega Shenron. CJ asks, favorite candy and why am I black? I really like Snickers and Reese Cups.
I like Reese Cups too, and I'm also a fan of Twix. I feel like even this fun-sized Twix still has a nice bit of length to it. Whereas like a fun-sized Snicker, that's just like, take a bite.
Yeah, I see that. And why am I black? I don't know, you might have to ask your parents about that one.
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna entertain this question about why am I gay, because I'm straight! Brad wants to know, do you think the Switch port of Tokyo Mirage Sessions will have any effect on online Megaten communities? I don't really care.
Bro, it already has. It's gotten worse.
Yeah. Let's see. Assassin Hunter, do you love me for their... I love all of my children equally. Small Might, what's a manga series you want to hold every copy of physically? I imagine, the idea of having every copy of the manga ever made just, in a fucking mountain pile. Yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of manga series that I wish I could just own the entire thing of. I think the only one that I own to completion is, Full Metal Alchemist. But there's a lot of shit I would like to, own the whole series of.
I kind of want to say Haruhi Suzumiya.
Mm-hmm.
It's a relatively short one. It's not like owning all of a fucking One Piece or something. If I choose One Piece, do I get more copies later? Do I just get a subscription of One Piece?
The One Piece subscription service would be pretty good.
A One Piece crate.
Yeah, dude.
And a One Piece. At the end of One Piece, it's just a loot crate.
Yeah, man. Dude, I was watching the fucking Scott the Waz video about Loot Crate, and I was like, damn, he made this a month or so before that fucking company went under. That's amazing.
That video's gonna end. That video's gonna age perfectly.
Yes, like Silk. Does Silk age at all? Who cares? Chexmex wants to know, is there a character or game you like but see a lot of people shit on? Fuck, dude.
People clowning on games never really last all that long.
Yeah.
People clowned on Persona 4 a lot, and that's my favorite Persona game. But now the cycle has continued, and now they're clowning on Persona 5.
Dude, I can't wait for 10 years from now for all the people that are like, Persona 5 is so bad, to be like, was Persona 5 an underrated gem? It's like, it's a vicious cycle. It's exactly the same as the fucking Zelda cycle. But, yeah, I don't know, it's like, it is a very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Passing thing, where it's in time, everything is loved and hated. Maybe not in equal amounts, but it's in 25 fucking years, things that people hate are things that people are gonna like. I don't know, you just gotta grin and bear it, and eventually the culture will shift.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm a fan of the Raid series, and people don't even think before they shit on that.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, nothing, immediately comes to mind, but there's a lot of things that I'm like, yeah, I like this, and other people are like, well, it's bad. And it's like, okay. But that's just, that's life.
But as for character, I like that I see a lot of people shit on.
Mm-hmm.
I like Yukiko.
Yukiko is, kinda, sorta starting to grow on me. I think I just feel more of a kind of indifference towards her than anything.
Yeah. But I feel like she gets a lot of people being like, fuck Yukiko.
Yeah,
I'm all about that chie. What?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never fully understood the Yukiko, hatred. I can understand feeling a sense of nothingness towards her, but as for me, let me look at my figure shelf and see, what we got in here. I like Makoto from Persona 5, and Makoto is, weirdly really divisive. She's, I think she's the most popular Persona 5 girl, according to polls and shit, but also there's a lot of people who don't like her.
Yeah.
And there's some pretty legitimate reasons for that, but I think a lot of people are also just, they don't actually know why they don't like her, kind of thing.
When you're predisposed to dislike a character, you'll find evidence that supports your dislike.
Yeah, exactly.
What are some rejected video ideas you had?
Asks
a Lincoln Geek.
Rejected.
Listen, a video idea is never rejected. It's just delayed or put off. You know?
Yeah. Shit, I don't know.
The Confidants.
Well, I don't know if I'd call those rejected. Like, my idea of rejected is like an idea is proposed, and then one of us is like, no. And there have been quite a few of those, but like I can't
immediately comes to mind.
Yeah, I can't really remember any. It's not like any exciting lost media or anything, but
like a lot of it didn't go past like the clickbait thumbnail phase.
Yeah.
Where you make a clickbaity thumbnail.
Dragoflame wants to know favorite video you've made, favorite video you haven't made. That's a very interesting metaphysical question.
Well, favorite video you haven't made would be like I didn't make the Angry Video Game Nerd episode on Spider-Man games. That wasn't me.
The one video that like we've always wanted to make, but it's just like it's a matter of getting the two of us in the same location is that fucking Tokyo Mirage Session thing, which will be even easier now that it's on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, we've wanted to do, like, a big, mid-2000s review style thing of Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That's, like, one of our dream videos.
Yeah, we wanna get into a dumb fight, and I wanna fall into a stack of boxes.
Favorite video you've made? One that, like, I've made pretty recently that I really liked how it turned out was the Danganronpa, like, community video. I always really like making those, even if they're an enormous amount of work. But those are... I really like those.
It's a bit, like, selfish, but like any video where I get to talk or show rants in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably be making more, like, rant stuff, especially for Sengoku, since it's coming out, like, tomorrow. Or today, at least, by the time this is up.
The Bazaka.
Bazaka!
Would you ever consider watching / reading One Piece? It's weird, because I think you'd like it.
One Piece is one of those things that I've had, like, a passive interest in, but I think the same thing goes for a lot of people. It's just the length of it is so, like, scary. But one of these days, I'll probably at least, you know, give it a try, even if it takes me 100 years to catch up. And it's not one of those series where, like, it's like Hunter x Hunter, where I'm genuinely afraid it might not finish, you know? Because there's a couple series like that where it's like, do I want to get invested in this and have my heart broken? But
I believe that if there's ever like a big countdown where like fucking Oda's like in 10 chapters the One Piece will be uncovered. Make peace with your god now.
Say goodbye to your loved ones. Pick a god and pray.
I would be like, yeah, sure, now it's the time. And then I'd read through One Piece, and then at the end I'd be like, all right, yeah, now it's time to pray.
Yeah, one of these days I'll probably give it a go. Kago wants to know, have you seen Konosuba or ReZero? I have not. I know a couple people who really like Konosuba, so maybe someday I'll give it a watch.
People kept on memeing that Kazuma was like a mini rant.
Yeah.
And I was like, alright, I guess I'll give it.
Yeah, you had to relent. You were like, yeah.
I was hesitant because isekai anime isn't my thing.
Yeah, mine either, really.
But, I felt the characters were endearingly awful enough that I could get into it.
Yeah.
Though it doesn't feel like a mini rant. It feels like a mixture between between a lighter Rance and Kentaro and Arios when he's not the hero. Because Kazuma just kind of sucks. But yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but I want to watch more of it.
Yeah, I might give it a try at some point. I don't know if it's something I would, like, be super into, but maybe I'll give it a shot sometime. Morgan, which Persona bro is the best bro? My favorite is Junpei.
Well, only counting people who are referred to as brother or bro. It gives me Katsuya, or perhaps a Yuna Rukami. And conversely, Tatsuya also counts as a bro.
Yes.
And I like Tatsuya a lot. But actual answer for that is Junpei.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Ghostmelon, top 5 Pokemon. Like, this isn't necessarily in a correct order, but some just off my head are like Slowking, Slurpuff, Giratina, fucking Escavalier is a Pokemon I really like. Fucking, like, Mewtwo is really cool. I like a lot of weird Pokemon. My taste is like either Slurpuff, oh, Gengar is another one I like a lot. Or like the Satan Dragon, so...
For me, I like Shaman Landform. When it turns into like a dumb-looking Sparkle Dog, I don't like it. But when it's like a little Chia Pet, like, yeah.
When it's a shrub.
Yeah. I appreciate Shrub Form Shaman. I like Ditto, because he has just like a really dopey smile.
Yeah.
He's very friendly to look at. I like Top Kecleon because of memories of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Dude, those Kecleon are badass.
Yeah. There are the law in that land. That's what, 3 so far. And I like Porygon and Porygon 2.
Nice.
I'm waiting for that Porygon 3. I don't count Porygon Z. Porygon Z.
Porygon Z is a failed. He's a failed experiment. He's not the.
He's a fan mod. Okay.
He's not the true successor.
I can appreciate a fan mod, but.
890 wants to know, how do I make Kawakami real? You should invest in like human transmutation and give that a shot. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Tell me if you get that working.
Yeah, let us know if you succeed, or if, like, your fucking soul gets ripped out.
Yeah. Like, if you can find a way to, like, reliably produce Kawakamis, like, hit us up.
Like, from a factory? Let's see. Keyblade Spirit wants to know, only about 5% of material from the ancient world has been recovered, with little rhyme or reason as to what. How do you feel knowing that, in the coming millennia, some of your videos might be all that's left of what you've covered in them? That's horrifying.
I need to make more rants videos.
Yeah. We need to leave, like, some rant stuff for the fucking aliens to find.
Need to appreciate a video on Meglass.
Yeah. It's like, was he one of us? Like, was this real?
Finally, someone who gets it.
That reminds me of how, like, people speculate that, you know how, like, Mount Rushmore is, like, basically impossible to, like, get rid of? Because it's a fucking mountain. The idea that in a few thousand years, people are going to think those are, like, gods that we worshipped. Because why else would we, like, carve their fucking faces into mountains?
We can't get rid of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we would have to nuke it. Like,
I'm sure that there's a point where the United States stop existing.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, the government is obviously going to stop at some point, but the fucking thing is still going to be there.
I feel like if the government has stopped, we've also been nuked and lost Mount Rushmore.
You think the Ruskies would go for Mount Rushmore specifically?
I think they would attempt to weaponize it.
In what way?
They'd hold a statue of a gun to the statue of Abraham Lincoln's head. And say, "Don't test us."
I like the idea of some fucking Russian spy, just like, day by day, working on this fucking sculpture of a gun. Just like, I will break you. Thurs wants to know, what are your favorite and least favorite designs of the different Atlas art directors, as in Doi, Kaneko, etc.? I can tell you my least favorite design ever, like, that's from Eni Megami Tensei, is fucking Sanat, who's a demon. I'm pretty sure he's DLC, who's just this clusterfuck horrid abomination of a design. He's got, like, a wheel on one leg, and he's, like, he looks like he can't even move. He's like something a fucking child would design. He's really awful.
I don't like a lot of the redesigns from Shin Megami Tensei 4.
Yeah, a lot of those are really ugly.
Yeah. like they don't exactly fit in with like the older ones. Classic.
Yeah. Like, I think part of the problem is just the way that guy colors things, because, like, in SMT4 Apocalypse, like, Merkaba looks pretty good, whereas in regular SMT4, he looks just, like, sickly and weird. So I think the coloring of it is a part of it, but also, like, I don't remember the guy's name, but he just draws, like, really over-designed shit.
Should have prepared for this one in particular a bit more.
Yeah.
Like, you gave me each of the artists and, like, what series they worked on. That would help.
Yeah, well, I know, well, Kaneko is obviously, like, the older, like, before SMT4 stuff. Doi, I'm pretty sure, is the Devil Survivor guy.
I thought Doi was the SMT4 Apocalypse guy.
Was he? Oh, shit. I can't keep track of all these fucking names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, my least favorite is Sanat. I have a lot of, like, different demons and personas and shit I really like the designs of, but...
I feel hard going back to the old King Frost design after seeing the perfection of Locke.
Yeah.
King Frost.
That's where he keeps all of his Jack Frost. Now they can't escape.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah. This one from Prideful Heritor is too much work. Who are your top 5 favorite and least favorite Persona characters? I don't keep, like, a comprehensive list of my least favorites anyways, but, like, some of my favorites are, like, Akihiko, Yusuke, Kanji, all the Emperors. There you go. Least favorite, fucking, I don't know, Yukari, Goro. I'm very boring in the characters I don't like.
Wait, Goro's in your least favorite?
Goro fluctuates between, like, a character that I get, like, a weird, ironic enjoyment out of and somebody I just actively hate. Like, it depends on what stupid thing I see on Twitter that day.
For me, top 5 is, obviously, Naoto Shirogane, Shadow Naoto, that's another good one. Probably Sai Nijima's up there. I like... Can I just take a knife and carve out Ultimax Yukari from Persona 3 Yukari?
Yeah.
Or better yet, like, cut out just the answer Yukari. Just cut that out.
I guess... I don't know, I feel like it's a lot easier to say, like, I like Ultimax Yukari, but Persona 3 Yukari I don't. Because to me, like, Persona 3 Yukari, like, is the complete package with her in the answer, where she's horrible.
And even then, like, top favorite, let's see. I like Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is very good, yes.
Elizabeth is great. And I like Ryuji.
Ryuji's pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like Ryuji is a less good of a person version of Junpei.
Yeah.
Like they fall into a lot of the same pitfall. But I feel like Ryuji's a bit shittier of a person, and for some reason that puts him above Junpei for me.
I see.
Also, Ryuji never gave me a baseball meter in a fighting game that I need to always think about whenever I think of fighting game meters.
Oh, yeah. Junpei is so fucking interesting in that game. I'll say that.
Yeah. Least favorite, I don't like any character who just exists for like a dumb gag. Like the teacher in Persona 4 and the fat girl.
Yeah.
I think those are just wastes of portrait.
Waste of that man Sojima's fucking time on this planet.
Yeah. I also am not a big fan of... I think that Nyarlathotep is a good Persona antagonist. I don't like him as Hitler because I feel like that makes people meme on him too much.
Oh, definitely.
I feel like it'd be better if we did not meme on an Elder God.
I mean, it's his own fault for taking the shape of Hitler, really.
Yeah. I think he was trying to, like, get some meme credit.
He was trying to, like, get himself memed so that, like, people will forget that he's this Elder God abomination.
Yeah.
And just think he's funny.
And just... Yeah. Oh man, that guy's a riot at parties.
Oh man.
Bring him back. I don't trust Takuto.
Yeah, I don't trust him either. He's like very obviously evil.
I don't like Kaneshiro.
Yeah, I mean that's obvious. I feel like it's
I don't like Persona characters that are wasting my time when they're on screen. Like that's the worst thing you can do, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Goro Akechi can be a fucking mess of a character, but he's not wasting my time.
Yeah, he's at least like making me think, I guess. He really activates my almonds, that fucking Goro.
Got any favorite quotes, albums, books, or movies?
Oh, I thought the question was asking, do I have any favorite quotes from those following things? Favorite quotes.
Asks Young Fella 19.
Yeah. Favorite quotes. Like, one that immediately comes to mind is from the movie Apollo 13, where, all the NASA guys are in the room trying to figure out how to get the fucking Apollo 13 craft back to Earth, and everybody's like freaking out about the limitations of the machine, and the main guy goes, I don't care about what it was designed to do, I care about what it can do. And that's kind of like a philosophy I sort of live by, is like, alright, I don't give a shit about, like, what you think the thing can do, I want to know what we can actually do with it. So that's just like a quote that always kind of sticks in my mind.
Damn, now I'm gonna look like a dumbass when I pick a quote from Kung Pao.
Hey man, Kung Pao has many deep, memorable quotes.
Yeah, no quotes immediately come to mind that I like try to like live my life by, but like there are a bunch of quotes from movies or videos that I just come back to a lot. Like watching anime has replaced reading books for me. That was something that was said on the latest Castle Super Beast cast, and I relate to that entirely.
Yeah, like
the book is so long.
I genuinely don't know if I have like a favorite book.
The Princess Bride. That's a book I like, and that's one that I can still like get myself to read if I want a good time. That's also a favorite movie because it's a good movie.
I need to watch that movie. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good. There was a Kickstarter a few years back to make a tabletop game out of it.
Ah, nice.
And it's the only tabletop game where you play as Andre the Giant or Joe Pesci. Favorite album: Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, Linkin Park Hybrid Theory, the Space Jam soundtrack. Really, there's a lot of good music that I listen to. And I'm trying to avoid just saying I like snow halation.
As for me, I have a self-inflicted oath to never speak about music because I'm very self-conscious about it.
I just said that I listen to Hybrid Theory and the Space Jam soundtrack.
You know what? I will also say that I listen to the Space Jam soundtrack.
Yeah, these are some like pieces of media that I don't often think about. Like albums have become sort of antiquated with how people listen to music now.
Yeah, definitely.
Like when was like you don't go to a record store to buy an album. Now you go to like iTunes or Amazon.
Apparently vinyl is actually vinyl is starting to sell more than CDs.
And that's just because like people have an appreciation for vinyl.
Yeah. Movies. Like I said, Kiki's Delivery Service is my favorite movie. Like as far as just like anime stuff goes, Disappearance of Haruhi, Girls and Pants that's a very good film. I haven't seen that in a few years.
Disappearance of Haruhi is really good. It's at some point this week. Do you want to watch that?
Sure.
Sierra asks, how'd you come up with your name?
I've told the story of how I've gotten like my username a couple times, but the short version is there was this guy I knew who really didn't like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and especially he didn't like the main antagonist's father. So I would set my name on like Skype and Steam and stuff to Father just to like kind of fuck with him. And eventually I would go down the different letters and replace the A with like the next vowel going down. So it would be like Feather, and then the next few days after that I replaced it with Fither. And I kind of like the way it sounded, and I always just kind of stuck with it.
I like the wrestler Ric Flair, though it's debatable calling him a wrestler in the current year. I like the ancient mummy Ric Flair. He's my favorite cryptid and universal horror monster. Red like roses, like 17
roses.
Asks, are you considering doing any more Dojin reviews?
Yes, not in like the immediate future, but at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Jamesy Too Cool is interested in doing one at one point.
There's also a few Futanari Dojins that I am going to recommend to Fither here, and I'm going to try to make us acknowledge them because their art is what they are.
All right, we'll have to talk about those. You said Futanari, and I was very interested.
Polite Scumbag asks, what are your current expectations from SMT5?
For it to be like a good game.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a good game.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to have dungeons and perchance demons.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, I'm expecting a single cameo type thing. Like whether it's from another Shin Megami Tensei game or like another featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series type deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting another one of those.
That'd be cool. I mean, the fucking mobile game did that collab with, like, they did one with Bayonetta and DMC.
Yeah.
So it is theoretically possible that we could have Dante and Bayonetta in SMT5 at, like, the same time.
At that point, a lot of people would be miffed because, like, oh, they are together in an action game. They're together in a JRPG.
Yo, Dante and Bayonetta would be, like, an awesome fucking game.
Then the Switch owners are like, wait, they're together, but it's not an action game? It's like an RPG? I don't understand this. Where's the new Paper Mario? Bro, what's your favorite color, Bro?
Bro,
Nate B64.
Mine is purple.
Yo, I gotta give it to green, bro.
Yo, I gotta give it to green, bro.
I also like yellow, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Like yellow reminds me of like Pokemon Yellow and Persona 4. Those are some good yellow things, bro.
Yellow's a good color, Mandy.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Mandy. I noticed your hair is yellow.
My shirt's yellow too, yo.
We match.
Matthew asks, most sexy persona?
Oh, well. Like, as far as, like, personas and demons go, Parvati is the one I've always wanted to fuck the most.
I'm gonna put this exclusively on the personas themselves first. Yeah. But I like Amaterasu a lot. Those curves. But also, that lack of a face is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But including just, like, regular world demons, I like Pixie.
You and Medi have something in common, then.
Yeah. I want to nut on a Pixie.
Yeah. I don't know if I would be super into that. Like, I would prefer a demon that's, like, a little bit bigger than me than one that's, like, tiny.
Listen, everything's bigger than me. I want to be big for once.
Yeah. I want to feel powerful. My dude Grady wants to know, how difficult was it for you to choose a waifu in Three Houses? Will you be doing anything with Tokyo Mirage Sessions coming to the Switch? Alright, so here's my dirty little secret, is that I really haven't decided on a Three Houses character that's like my waifu. Like, I did the video about my whole Bernadetta saga, how I was like, this is gonna be the one, and then she just kind of wasn't. And then there's, like, Leonie, who I like, but is, like, not super a character that I'm like, this is my waifu, you know? But I feel like when I play through Golden Deer, I'll find the one, I hope.
I feel more strongly about shipping Catherine and Shamir than I do about, like, attaching myself to any of the girls.
Shamir is good. I like Shamir a lot.
And for Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I don't want to do anything with that game until we make that awful 2000s review.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't really see the sense in, like, making a discussion about it, because it's like,
yeah,
all right, it's like, coming to the Switch.
Our feelings have been made known.
Yeah.
And, like, outside of, like, complete apathy, I don't really feel anything towards it. But it'd be fun to play that up as hatred and destroy the game.
Yeah.
And then a character from game come into room and we fight.
And we fight character, yeah. Justin asks, You mentioned a year ago you wanted to talk about some Devil Survivor characters. Is that idea in the garbage, or is that still an idea? I would say that's in the recycle bin. Like, I can go and grab it and restore it anytime I want. But, like, in the near future, I'm going to be doing a video with Haza about Fumi. Like, he's doing a whole little series about Devil Survivor 2 characters. So if you, like, really need to get your fix of me talking about Devil Survivor characters, that will be a thing. Like, I'll retweet it whenever it happens, but not for the near future, but maybe.
Jason Stu asks, favorite shonen anime? Easily Love Live School Idol.
That's a pretty good battle shonen. Like, my favorite shonen series of all time is Dragon Ball, but...
Like, I like Dragon Ball a lot. It's a series that I feel a lot of attachment to.
Yeah, like, Dragon Ball for me is one of those things where it's more like, it's the totality of everything, rather than necessarily one kind of aspect of it, I guess.
It's not just like an anime, it's not just a manga, it's anime, a manga, video games that we play, gacha games that we sell our souls to.
Yeah.
Yo, you pulled that LR Sal.
I did, man.
Besides Dragon Ball, like, I like JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo's another one.
Been watching My Hero Macadamia.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching, I watched, fucking, The Promised Neverland, and I wanted to make a video about it, but, that sort of passed. Like, that is a fad as fast. I still want to talk about it.
Yeah, like, maybe at some point, I'll give it a shot, but I got 100,000 other things, like...
Ubergod Smitty asks, what do you want from a potential new Danganronpa game in terms of story, or how would you change the formula to keep it fresh?
I personally don't want another new Danganronpa game, like, at least not another visual novel, like, mystery-solving kind of thing. Like, I'm okay with the idea of them bringing these characters back just to do whatever it may be. But, like, if you had to, at gunpoint, say, okay, you decide, make a new Danganronpa game, I definitely move away from, like, the whole hope and despair thing. No fucking Junko. No, like, just totally clean slate. Like, start over, and it's basically Danganronpa in name only. But at that point, it's almost like, why even call it Danganronpa, you know?
Well, you'd keep Monokuma around, right?
Maybe? I'd probably keep Monokuma, but, like, I feel like having Monokuma around almost necessitates sort of the existence of Junko, you know? Or somebody pretending to be her.
I think it would be interesting. I like, as bad as of an anime as it was, I think that Danganronpa 3's different approach to a killing game would be interesting to explore, even if it turns the game to, like, a different kind of Zero Escape type deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like that setup would work better as, like, a video game than something that you just passively watch. But...
give me a Metal Gear Rising type game about Munakata. And then have him stab someone. And then when they're like, yo, why'd you stab me? Munakata says, you know why.
Because Zetsubo.
And it's never actually explained what he knew. Like, at the end of the day, I'm left to assume, wait, was the reason, like, I don't want no homos? Was that it? Extreme 777.
This guy's cool, because he's got 2 numerical 7s and then a spelt out 7.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Favorite and least favorite storytelling tropes, and also favorite and least favorite aesthetic tropes.
Like, as... this isn't necessarily a storytelling trope, but something I really don't like is just, like, the aggressive cunty tsundere that, like, beats up men for no reason. That's always just something that makes me, like, groan.
I've gained an appreciation for tsunderes.
Yeah, I like them in, like, certain amounts. I just don't like the violent ones. Like, those are the ones that just turn me off.
But if Audrey punched you in the nose, would that change your opinion on her?
I would prefer if she punched me in the gut or something. Not the nose. That's, like, dangerous.
Yeah, but Audrey knows what's dangerous.
Yeah.
And that's what she's trying to be.
She's a dangerous little fucking gremlin.
Let's see here. Storytelling tropes. I like the idea of super forms a lot. as corny as they are, and as much as they don't fit in certain things.
Mm.
Like, it doesn't even need to be for a character. It can also be, like, for their weapon. Like, awakening a hidden power is something I find very cool, albeit very corny.
Yeah.
The PSP Dissidia games just had an EX mode for each character, and I loved it. Least favorite would have to be... I'm not a big fan of, like, I'm not a big fan of twist villains. I'd rather they just, like, leave the true antagonist till later. But, like, when a character has to, like, basically is divided into pre-betrayal and then post-betrayal, like, it doesn't make a single coherently good character most of the time.
Yeah.
It makes two half characters.
Right. Yeah, like, I don't mind the betrayal thing as long as it's not super incredibly obvious who it is, and it's like, usually that's the case.
Let's see.
As for, like, aesthetic things, something I always really like is, like, this is something Dragon Ball has given me, is when, like, the strongest form of a character is, like, tiny. I think that shit is just the raddest. And something I don't like is, like, heterochromia, which is when characters have two different eye colors. Because I find that's just, like, a really lazy thing people will do to be like, this makes the character unique. But, like, it doesn't.
Okay, this one I can't really find too many examples of. So I'm not sure if this is a trope, but I know I've seen this in multiple places. I'm not sure if it's widespread enough for it. I like when characters just have, like, a single, like fucking big arm. Like when Zamasu becomes Melt and he has the big ol' melty fist. That's cool.
Yeah, big arm.
Doomfist as a concept is cool. The fact that he's not a Terry Crews Power Man, that's a bit of a disappointment. Wandering Biwa asks, when do you think S&T 5 will come out? And why will it be winter 2014? I mean, you answered it right there.
Yeah, like, my actual answer is I'm thinking at this point 2021 seems the most likely.
Yes, at least 2021 for an English release.
Yeah. Like, I think around 2020 is, like, Persona 5 Royal is gonna come out, and then they're gonna be like, alright, now it's time to actually start marketing SMT 5 and stuff. And that's when we'll start seeing trailers and shit for it, and then, like, 2021, it'll probably, at least, like, it'll be here, you know?
Verilinity asks, do you think there will be a chance to see you play some fighting games? I'd love to see you dick around with Guilty Gear or something of the like, regardless of how do you play. There are a few fighting game videos on the channel.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's, like, some old fighter streams and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not sure we would do that kind of thing again, because like we're a bit self-conscious about how we play fighting games to an extent. Like, before, it was mostly just, like, a chance to, like, stream and get some stuff out there, because we're trying to cut back on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Demon King Gubo asks, which rant story is your favorite? I think that Kichiko Rants is incredibly ambitious, and it really gives you, like, a taste of everything there is to see in the Rants world.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Rant 6 tells a really good condensed story with a lot of really strong character moments and just really strong characters in general.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have a video on one of the characters coming out at some point.
Yeah, that'll probably be, like, early October, like, probably in the first week of October that one will come out. Mm-hmm. But as for me, out of the two I've finished, I'd say I liked Rant 6 story a little bit more. Like, I was just more invested in seeing what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I think that Sengoku Rants is a very strong introduction to the series.
Yeah.
And I really like what they did with Kentaro and Miki in that game. It's always nice to see those two. Mostly Kentaro.
Yeah.
Rants 3 is a great one because that's where it all began, but it's aged a bit visually, so it can be hard to recommend to people. I'm waiting for the remake on that one before I start telling people, "Yo, start here."
Dan Plasma.
And,
yeah. When the fuck is the Honey Pop Mom video?
Listen, we only want to talk about Audrey.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of other...
Q and Ico.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, maybe we'll talk about, like, Honey Pop characters more when Honey Pop 2 comes out. Like, I'm sure we'll be making a couple videos on that. I'll probably do, like, a playthrough of it, but...
Tiger Chase asks, how does Flair and you feel knowing you turn people like me into a degenerate by getting them into the Rant series? The Rant series doesn't make you a degenerate.
Yeah, you were born that way, dude.
Yeah, like I hold control through the porn scenes.
I do too. Like, I've been playing Kichikuo, and I just like hold that space bar so fucking hard.
Like I'm not in it for the porn degeneracy. I'm in it because they're good games with good stories that I want to see more of.
Yeah.
Granted, I am a degenerate in other ways.
Yeah, me too, but it doesn't, like... Rants is like a separate entity from my crippling Futanari addiction.
I don't know, I'm not even gonna try.
From Anchors, why is Kazukam black? You might have to ask him that one. I don't have all the details on why he's that way.
Ollie Fisher asks a question about the official Manga Gamer translation, how that's going to apply to the mods. I don't know.
I would assume it would pretty much, you would be able to just kind of slap it on there, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll do some experimentation with that.
Yeah, but I do want to just go through the game once first.
Right. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll give you an update on that one, like, after the thing comes out.
Ethan, your boy Shrek, asks, favorite male and female Danganronpa character?
Oh boy, okay, my favorite dude and chick are both from 2, and that's Mr. Komaeda and Miss Chiaki.
Let's see. I like Chihiro Fujisaki a lot. Can I just put him in both?
Yeah, sure.
Jacob Juarez asks, Jake Oso the Bear asks, what's a video topic idea you both want to do that's completely different from what you're used to doing and be open to expand your horizons on video topics?
I mean, I guess our go-to is that, like, Tokyo Mirage Sessions idea. Like, that's the big one that would be, like, really different and weird.
Besides that, though, at one point I wanted to, like, talk about the music of Love Live, but I'm not sure how I would go about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like, can barely talk about music.
Yeah.
Especially songs that aren't even in the fucking language that I speak.
Yeah. True Dragon Kid asks, if there's a Guilty Gear character you want back, even lore says no, who would you want outside of Bedman? This one's for you.
Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, like, the thing about fighting games, and Guilty Gear especially, is that, like, they can always come up with a way to revive a character. Like, Zato was fucking dead, and the Conclave brought him back to life. So now, like, people can just come back to life in Guilty Gear. So, like, it's pretty much just whatever. I'm the kind of asshole that's just gonna say I want every character to come back, but... like, some that immediately come to mind, I definitely want Chip to come back, but he's pretty much a guarantee. May is already confirmed, like, Baiken I would want back. Yeah, like, every Guilty Gear character, that's my answer.
Mr. Pokerby asks, if you had a Persona, would you rather be able to summon it Persona 3 or Persona 5 way? Which do you think is more painful or mentally taxing?
I would probably want to do it the Persona 3 way. I think that's just a little bit cooler. A little bit more edgy, you know?
Yeah. I imagine it's also less painful because it's a fake god.
Yeah, I mean, like, early on they make a whole big deal about how it's, like, scary. Like, there's that part at the very beginning where Yukari's all freaked out about using it. But it's also, like, it's not a real gun.
Yeah.
So, like, I would rather do that than do the fucking rip your mask off thing, because that looks genuinely painful the first time you do it.
Like, they are screaming when that happens.
Yeah, that shit hurts.
Their critical hit portraits don't look like they're pumped or like they're determined. It looks like they're freaking out most of the time. Like, Yusuke's eyes are just fucking shot.
Yeah.
When's Persona 5 Royal Shoculation Part 2.
Uh,
I don't think there's room for that.
yeah, I mean, like, it's mostly just there's not enough information, really.
And by the time there's going to be more information, it's going to be because the game's there.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're definitely going to be talking about Persona 5 Royal, like, once it comes to the States. But otherwise, I think as far as pure speculation goes, unless they drop, like, another big trailer where, like, they reveal something interesting, I don't think we'll be doing another speculation kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. When will you release the Giantess video, you cowards? Oh, that's been in the works.
Yeah, we'll have
We're working on getting an actual Giantess on the cast.
Yeah, we've been going to Craigslist to try to find one, but yeah, no, like we actually didn't like record it. We still have to do that.
On a serious note, what is your favorite video game genre? Is it RPGs, JRPGs / turn-based, like your channel lead you to believe, or is Persona / SMT the exception, and your favorite genre is something else entirely? It is turn-based RPGs for me, at least. Though I do have an intense appreciation for like the Nintendo brand of party games, like Mario Kart or Smash Bros. Or Mario Party. I get an intense amount of joy from those, and if anyone were to announce like a kart spin-off Mario Party clone, I'd be down.
Yeah, I'd say probably like RPGs are also my favorite. Just like out of the litany of different games that I've played, I think I like the most RPGs, I guess, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'd say it's probably RPGs. Flour tortillas. What's your opinion on SMT4 regular? It's like fine. I don't hate it, but I don't really love it. It's like I really have very little to say about it. Like it's okay. Like the combat actually really frustrates me sometimes because Smirk is like a dumb mechanic. But it's okay.
Yeah. Who's the best detective out of Stupe, Kanji's GF, and Pancake?
Who's Kanji's GF?
Mango? I don't know.
Oh, Naoto.
Oh, I don't. Oh, I mean, if that happens, I'll
kill Kanji.
I'm no cock.
Yeah.
I'd have to put it on. Naoto. Like, I don't know what you were expecting.
Yeah, I mean, objectively, it's Naoto.
Yeah.
I almost said Kanji. Goro causes most of the cases he solves, apparently.
Yeah. Between Junpei and Goro, I more trust Junpei to solve a crime.
Yeah, me too. I mean, at least he's not the one who started it, you know?
Timeline man. Y'all eat bananas with or without the shell?
Oh, the shell has the most nutrition. I think that's actually a true fact, I think. It's either that or it has no nutrition. It's one of the two.
Zednet asks, if you could body swap with an SMT character, who would it be and why?
I like that body of yours. I don't know. I think I would want to swap with Fumi Devil Survivor, so I would have some fat titties, you know? Yeah, I think that would be good.
Let's see. I like Gaston from SMT4 Apocalypse. He's got a pretty good thing going on.
Yeah.
He's got some nobility going on. He's built.
He's got a cool spear.
He's living.
Like his brother.
Yeah. If I body swap with Navarre, I'm somewhere at the bottom of the lake.
You'd have to do a soul swap.
Yeah.
A soul for a soul.
Also, I wouldn't mind Gaston being in my body, because you also have to think of that end of things.
Yeah.
Tate, can we see what Flair looks like? Can we put up an image of that?
Yeah, sure. There will be an image of Flair on the screen.
I'm sorry for making you edit the video.
It's fine. I'll just have to remember at this point pop a picture.
Scrafty is the best. Asks, your biggest hopes for Persona 5 Royal. Don't add pointless, stupid events for the sake of having more events with everyone around. That was my least favorite part of Persona 4 the Golden.
I'd say with like Persona 5 Royal, like as far as just the settings of those things goes, it's a lot easier to be like, we're going on a fucking ski trip, you know?
Yeah, I think that's not a problem. I think that going on a ski trip would be the problem in that case. Because what does this add to anything?
Yeah, pretty much. Biggest hopes for Persona 5 Royal for me? I don't know. I'm not like, at this point, I'm not like, I want them to do this and that and this and that. I'm more just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping like Goro's stuff doesn't give me a headache that kills me. Just like a little one would be fine.
I'm hoping that we can make plenty of videos.
I'm hoping we can make videos.
My God, Goro got even worse.
Yeah, I hope it like frustrates me but doesn't send me into cardiac arrest. Yeah, other than that, I'm just along for the ride.
Razor Rose asks, what do you think about the Rance animes, and do you think we could get another one in the future? I think that, as far as right now goes, Rance 1, the animation is the optimal way to experience that game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Desert Guardian is just like a fun little romp. I don't know if we can expect another one in the future. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
I'd actually really like that.
Yeah, like part of the issue with making like a Rance anime series is that it kind of either has to be like a hentai OVA or they have to cut out all the porn and stuff.
Daibon Show has no issue with that. Like, you can cut the porn out from that game and the game barely changes. What, we almost at the end here?
I have no idea. No. We're like halfway done.
Oh boy. Okay. Do you think Kaneko will ever return as head of character designs and demon designs for an SMT game?
No,
not.
No, I think he's retired. I think he's retired for good. He might make like some kind of guest art appearance in the future, but I doubt it.
Gigabytes asks, what's the better burger place, Wild Duck Burger or Big Bang Burger? Big Bang Burger seems like a bigger chain. They probably have things down to a science better. Yeah,
probably. I imagine Big Bang Burger like tastes better, but it's also slowly killing you.
Yeah.
But also we're owned by Okumura Foods, so legally yes, Big Bang Burger is the best. I hope Wild Duck Burger goes out. I hope they go out of business.
Yeah, like Big Bang Burger, like I don't think it's gonna kill us. Like I think that the new CEO has made some good changes to the menu to save us.
Yes.
D Don't Do It asks, how much do you love to do Fire?
I like to do. I haven't finished my Blue Lions playthrough, but I like him. I like all the Blue Lions a little bit more than I was expecting to.
Dedue was an absolute unit in my playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
He would only ever take damage from magic.
Oh yeah, he's fucking thick.
Yeah. I just gave him some gloves and had him go to town. Where's my fucking master class fist unit who can throw Hadoken?
Oh, that would be rad. That'd be the sickest.
Like fist range +1.
Hit him with a fucking focus blast or something.
Yeah.
King DD Dick, what is a historical or mythical figure not used yet you'd like to see show up in a future S&T or Persona game? I think that a lot of like more kind of modern like cryptids and stuff showing up would be cool.
Like the one that I always come back to is Polybius.
Yeah, Polybius would be really cool.
Yeah.
That would have been like an awesome persona for Futaba to have.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Polybius could get a really, really sick design. I'm very much against any creepy boys getting getting appearance as a demon.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, part of me does have a respect for the tall boy.
Ah, yes.
But if he did, I think that would be the end of S&T's credibility.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think it would be cool to see something like a Skinwalker, like, show up. Something that's like that does have some sort of weird mythological origins in like Native American cultures, and that's not just like the fucking rake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, Skinwalker would be cool.
Oda Nobunaga is actually Kanji's evolved persona, so I can't say him.
Yeah.
But how about Masamune?
That'd be really cool, actually. You'd be like a fucking floating sword, like held by a ghost or something. That'd be sick.
Tana Trego asks, "What's the worst live advice you think people need to know?"
This question's a little bit like it conflicts with itself.
I said this in the Rant's translation video, but the only one who can guarantee you get translations for Japanese things is you learning the language, but do not learn the language. It's not, unless you actively plan on spending an extensive period of time in Japan, it's not going to help you all that much.
Yeah, unless you like make a career out of it.
Unless you intend to spend an extended period of time taking trips to Japan to make a dumb YouTube video about a Pikachu sticker or a Domino's Pizza app, then there's not really a need to learn Japanese extensively. Taco Hours asks, what will Persona 6 be about?
That's implying a Persona 6 ever happens. Fuck, I don't know, I'm not a fucking sage.
Let's see. I think that it's going to have a plant theme, and that people will go into just pits of negative energy, and that if you want to know more about this idea, ask Meti, not the bad guy.
Yeah, do that. He has the answer. We don't.
Yeah.
Makoto Yuki. Are you the real Makoto Yuki? Holy shit. What's your least favorite thing about...
He's the seal right now.
Oh, right. Damn. Maybe he's got a Twitter... Maybe Elizabeth is like his fucking ghost Twitter writer or something. Yeah. What is your least favorite thing about Persona or any SMT games in general?
Adherence to law/chaos.
Yeah, like that's not something that super annoys me. Like I think I get more annoyed by like just dumb mechanics like smirk and shit like that.
Give me some anime recommendations, please.
Please?
Since Shamar.
Since you asked so nicely, shit, I don't know. It's hard to give like just blanket recommendations like that.
Because a lot of anime that you might recommend, they may have seen.
Yeah.
Like, judging by your Rise profile picture, I'm assuming you've seen Love Live by now.
Yeah, Love Live is like an actually genuinely pretty good show. It's a lot more sad than you think it would be.
Promised Neverland was good. That had its time in the sun, and then it got a dub. I'm not sure if that gave it more time in the sun. I hear it gets really different in the later half, though, in the manga. Mm-hmm. So, if it gets to season 2, I'm going to need to watch that before I can give an opinion on that. But season 1 was good.
And he also has best girl from each house in 3 houses. I don't have a definitive answer on this yet, but from Black Eagles, I guess probably still Bernie for me. Golden Deer, I haven't actually played, but I like Leone. Blue Lions, I'm not really crazy about any of the Blue Lions girls. Maybe, I don't know, I honestly feel like the same about all of them. Like, they're fine.
Racist Ingrid, cocky and late, just piece of shit Hilda, and poor Bernie.
Let's see. Shadow Fear. Have you played 3 Houses? Yes. What is your favorite house if you've played it? The only one I've finished is Bleagles. So.
Blue Lions.
Lions.
Zeron asks, favorite Megaten Pro tag? I like Nanashi.
Let's go, Nanashi.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah, he's a pretty good boy.
He gets to be a puppet for the best character, though. True hero. Dogda.
As for me, like, I really like the guy from Devil Survivor 1 and also the Persona 3 protagonist. Those are, like, that's my 2 favorites. Quickie, will you make a video on Raito 1 and 2? Are you hoping for Raito 3 in the future? I need to actually play those games.
Same.
Yeah, I have Raito 1 on, like, my PS3, but I just never finished it.
And now I need to go through the trouble of plugging in my PS3 to play it.
Yeah.
Faded Neon's FGC asks, if you were in Bleach, would you be a Shinigami, Arankar, Fullbringer, or Quincy?
That's funny.
Now, I don't know.
We got
I don't
two
know
back-to-back
these.
Bleach questions. Okay, quick rundown. Shinigamis are dead.
No, I want you to pick one for me.
Okay, I'll pick one for you.
Yeah.
Being
Then tell me about it.
Being a Fullbringer is a miserable existence, so you don't want to be that. You know what? I'll say that we'll both be Quincy.
Alright, and what does that entail?
Okay, Quincy's are... fuck, how do I even explain this? Okay, so basically, the Quincy are people who have attained power from the child of what is basically God in the Bleach universe, and they all dress up like Nazis.
What are some perks?
Perks is that you're ridiculously busted and you get a nonsense powerful ability for no real reason.
Sick.
Yeah.
I love being a Quincy.
Yeah. Cons are that, like, basically what you're doing is probably going to destroy all of reality and end the concept of life and death.
That's easy. I just won't do all that much.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't, then the guy that's your boss will kill you.
Oh shit. Oh damn. Well, I'd rather be killed by my boss than fired by him. You know?
Alright, let me go get a drink, because my throat is getting
Alright.
whatever.
Intermission.
Yeah, intermission, break time.
Chicken.
I have a fucking burger, so I guess we're just gonna be eating.
New experiences.
Yeah, man, it's the fucking Fither and Flare eat and answer questions video.
It's social now. It's social eating.
Yeah.
Hey, Crazy Dialga, can you pass the salt and also oh, you want us to say what our favorite Zapukudo is? Yeah.
I can tell you mine. Mine is Kyoka Suigetsu.
Yo, same. That's the only one I've ever heard of.
I also like... Oh, fuck, what's Byakuya's called? Senbon Zakura. I like his a lot, too. What's your favorite Mega Man EXE game, and why is it Battle Network 3? My favorite, I think, is actually 5. Like, I think that's the one I have the most memories and, like, attachment to. But 3 is, like, objectively probably the best one.
3 was the only one I played.
Yeah, it's like a good one to... If you're only gonna play one, Battle Network 3 is probably the one. Rana Mamma Mia. Holy shit, are you the real Rana Mamma Mia?
No. Love mail.
Okay. English voice or Japanese voiced Persona 5. I don't really have, like, a preference either way.
As an English speaker, I can appreciate the nuances of the English language and how it's being spoken. Yep. Whereas with Japanese, it's just noise.
I think the English cast is really good, so... Like, the way I see it, it's always gonna be with English dubs. It's either, like, it's good, or, yeah, it's fine. And that's, like... That's pretty much it. But yeah, it's good. A random guy. If you could choose one video game... I think he means one video game character to become real, who and why is it Korumaru? Am I allowed to say Zamasu? Yes?
Listen, he's not gonna turn you into black, and you won't get to be in Zamasu's body for a few minutes before he kills you. You're just getting you're just gonna be another step in the Zero Mortal plan.
Yeah.
Which isn't much of a plan, it's just him going around.
It's just genocide.
Yeah. It's not like we poison the water supply.
The Ningen will suffer.
And honestly, like, I feel like the real Zero Mortals plan is just to sort of, like, let things be.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kill each other, like, kill ourselves eventually.
I mean, especially from his perspective. Talk with a mouthful here. Social eating.
That's what she said.
Now, Now, they retain all their, like, their death battle perks, their weapons, armor, and abilities. Would that be a thing?
I mean, I assume it's just the person, unless it's, like, built into them.
So, like, they get brought... The transporter can't bring over inorganic material.
I guess not.
I almost said Haruhi Suzumiya, but then I realized without the SOS Brigade, then the universe would just sort of end.
Yeah.
Then
I don't know, yeah. Why do we both want, like, a cataclysm? to come from
Yeah.
our fucking choice.
With that in mind, I guess Nunohara Cabbage, so that there'll be another person on Earth who appreciates the Rant series.
Yeah, I mean, then you would have to find each other. Steve Jobs' favorite Sonic game. Mine is Sonic Adventure 2.
Mine is Sonic Battle.
Sonic Battle is an interesting game.
It is. It's very interesting. I think it has a lot of nice systems.
Yeah.
I'd love a sequel to it.
I like Emerald a lot. He's the coolest.
He's very cool.
He can copy abilities.
He's truly the perfect cell of the Sonic series.
He kind of is. Robot Hugger. What's your thoughts on Tony from Persona 2? I have no idea who that is.
I think he's a member of the Mafia. You can get weapons from him.
Mm-hmm.
And those are my thoughts on him.
Alright, sick. Ram. Most wanted... most wanted Guilty Gear 2020 characters or Smash newcomers. I pretty much already answered the Guilty Gear one. Smash newcomers, you know what? I'll say Saul Bad Guy, Goku, Dante. Fuck, who else would I want? Yeah, like those three are like I would say that's my holy trinity. I'm really adamant about getting Goku into Smash, even though Sakurai has said over and over again, I'm not adding Goku to fucking Smash.
He added the... You added the fucking yourself.
Right. Sakurai would never swear.
Yeah. Now, okay. I have one big desire for Smash, and then, like a few mini desires. A few mini wants. Like, the mini wants being, like, I want Doom Guy or Master Chief. I want the Heavy. I want Hatsune Miku. And then there's the big want, who is actually multiple characters in a single character.
Mm-hmm.
I want Agumon in Smash, and I want him to have a gimmick where, depending on what moves you use and how well you're playing, he gets a different Digivolution automatically, and then he's just sort of stuck with that until he loses the stock. So, like, if you just suck shit, he's
just Agumon.
He Digivolves into the poop Digimon, and he's just terrible. But if you play, like, decently, you'll get, like, Tyranno. Or if you play, like, you play optimally, you'll get Greymon. Just a way to incorporate that randomness from the V-Pad game into Smash would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
But this requires so many fucking resources.
DD don't. What was the most epic gamer moment you've ever had? An epic game...
During the Rants Free-For-All stream, someone dropped the hard R. That was a pretty epic game.
That was pretty epic, dude.
Yeah.
One, like, fit of rage that I recall was from playing fucking Sonic in the Black Knight. There's this... There's this glitch that can happen when you're fighting King Arthur, where he becomes impossible to hurt. And I had that happen to me. And I didn't understand that it was a glitch, so I just kept, like, throwing myself at him. And I got so fucking mad, I kicked, like, my closet door, and it came off the hinge. So I'm still a little bit mad at that game for doing that. Yeah, that was an epic gamer moment that I had.
Zach Matthew, VA, asks, would you ever do a discussion video with fans? We did in the past.
Yeah, we used to do, like, the Fither Radio Lives, but those are, like, a huge clusterfuck to try and organize and shit, so...
Oh god, I thought I was at the bottom of the page and there's more.
Raven, ever played Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment? I've played some of Innocent Sin. Like, one day I'll probably finish it, but, like, every time I play it, I just feel so uninterested.
The gameplay is kind of rough.
It's very not enjoyable. It's, like, it's really fucking boring, too, is the thing. Like, I got more enjoyment out of playing fucking SMT1. Yeah, I mean, not like the Famicom or the Super Famicom version, but like it was the iOS one, so it wasn't as bad. But I was still like more engaged with that somehow. So, I don't know, like one of these days I'll just force myself to get through it, because I am interested in the characters and what's going on. It's just like, every time I get into a fight, I just feel fucking exhausted.
Exit asks, what's your favorite song from all of Danganronpa? Beautiful Dead, I like a lot.
I think my favorite, I don't remember the name of it, but it's like, it's the theme that plays whenever Monami pops up, the one that's like, da 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 da, ba da 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 da. I think that's my favorite. I love that song. Charles Z. What do you think of What do you think SMT5's story will be? No clue.
I think it'll involve law and perchance chaos.
Possibly. I think demons may be involved in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a theory at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dividing by Zero asks, thoughts on Ken in Persona 3 / as a kid?
I mean, he's still basically a kid in Ultimax.
Yeah.
I don't hate him.
He's an impulsive child. People blame him for Shinji's death when Shinji chose to die.
Yeah.
Shine and shine and shine and shine and shine. Is there something about the Emperor Arcana specifically that makes Akihiko, Kanji, Yusuke so great? Or something shared? Or are they all just good in their own way? I think they're all good in their own way.
Yeah, I think, like, all of the Emperor characters are always my favorites. I think it's because there's kind of this overarching theme of, like, the Emperor basically represents, like, a masculine figure that's going through, like, some really ego-damaging kind of shit, you know? Mm-hmm. That's, like, a recurring theme with all of them. So I think that's the thing that makes them all kind of click for me, is this universal theme of, like, this is damaging to my pride. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video about Akihiko. It should go up, like, sometime soon-ish, and talk about him. But I don't know, I think they're all very special little boys in their own right. I love them all very much.
Mike the Wonder asks, what's your favorite manga? Gonna give it to, I don't want to say, are you gonna say Dragon Ball?
I'll go ahead and I will say JoJo is probably my favorite manga.
Alright, then I'm gonna say Dr. Slump.
Mm.
I think that it's dumb, and I like when the girl pokes the poop. What is Ryoji's fetish? He likes when the girl pokes the poop.
That's what he likes.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Ryoji, like, in the fucking... I assume he's talking about Persona 3 Ryoji. When they're all at the bathhouse, and he's like, do you guys like it when girls poke poop? Like...
I'm glad I got to use that twice.
Jay Steelman, what are your thoughts on Sword and Shield so far? Sword and Shield are, I think, the first Pokemon games since I've, like, been into Pokemon that I don't really have an interest in getting.
Yeah. Like, unless you count Ultra Sword, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Because that was also a...
Yeah, I mean, like, first games of a generation.
Yeah.
Because I also skipped on the Ultra games.
Regular Sun and Moon were games that I, like, genuinely felt, like, really happy about playing.
Yeah, me too.
I had a lot of fun with. But, like, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon just felt like, what were the differences here? Like, they were very poorly promoted.
They truly were the Wii U of Pokemon.
What type of persona is Thanatos?
What do you mean? What?
Of the Death Arcana?
Yeah, he's humanoid. He stops time just like the world. I don't know. I don't really understand the question.
He is the same type of stand as Star Platinum.
Yes. He can do the star finger.
But it's like the Death Finger.
Yeah.
And that's metal. What are your opinions on the Fate series? I think it's a race traitor. Disgrace to heroes everywhere.
I played some of the visual novel, like the original Fate Stay Night, and I got to the part where Berserker is about to kill them, and then, fucking Tosaka is like, you need to fucking save her and pump her full of magic cum, or else she will die. And then I was like, this is nonsense, and I uninstalled it, and I want to fuck Astolfo. And that's about the extent of it, my dude.
Do you think Tokyo Mirage Sessions, the closest non-Persona SMT, will get this in Gen / Next Gen?
No. Yeah, like, they've already said SMT5 is going to be on the Switch. So, like, from Karo, if Mitsuru were to step on you, would it be with or without heels?
Without, please.
Yeah, I would prefer without, you know. I like my CBT a little bit lighter.
Can she have socks on, though?
Yeah.
Some nice leggings? Ah.
Wonderful. Yeah, leave the heels, like,
out.
Yeah. No steppy on the balls with the heels, please.
Yeah. Friend Donkey asks, Did you read the Translate Famitsu interview with our Lord and Saber Daisuke Ishiwatari on Shimatsu about the new Guilty Gear? And if yes, what are your thoughts on it?
I actually did read through that article after I saw it pop up. So it's basically, he gives a lot of, like, non-answers in the interview, but it's basically a lot of, like, oh, what are you gonna do at Guilty Gear, blah, 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 to make it more accessible kind of stuff. And it's like, that's always spooky whenever a game is, like, known for being more kind of hardcore. And the director or whatever even mentions the idea of making it more, like, accessible and stuff, but, like, I'm confident they'll make it a fighting game first, you know? So I have no doubts it'll be, like, a complex, competent fighting game. I can't imagine they'll, like, turn it into some retard game, but I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see.
Guavo Chops asks, what's it like being you? Tiring.
Awful.
I have a job in customer service where it's thankless job, and if they don't walk away somehow getting money for a problem they started, then I was rude. I hate it. But there's the occasional nice moment that makes it worth. Meko asks, you ever consider making the moms and dads videos for other series, like Rants or something? Well, a lot of the key characters in the Rant series already have had time as a parent.
Yeah.
We see how Rance is as a dad. Pretty awful with his son. Better with his daughter.
Yeah.
We see, like, how Senhime is with the kid. Kid turned out terrible. But yeah, like, that's sort of like a moot point. We don't actively think of making a mom or dad's video.
Like, that's never really been a series.
That's not a series. That's a fever that we collectively have, and then we decide, do you feel like shit? Yeah. All right, time to make the dad's video.
Yeah. Like, there's only ever been, like, 3 or 4 of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, like, quite understand people's fixation on us making more of them. Like, I get that they're some of the most popular videos on the channel, but...
John Cisco asks, what type of fighting game characters are your jam, gameplay-wise?
I'm, like, a weird, crazy person. I play kind of the whole spectrum. Like, I play, like, Shoto characters, like Ryu and Ken. I'll play, like, pretty rushdown heavy kinds of characters. I'll play, like, these pseudo-zoner kind of guys. So, like, I play the whole gambit of them, really.
I like grapple characters as well as characters that don't really fit the mold of anything. I like the Faust or Teddies of the nonsense boys.
Right. Jade Storm. I don't know how to even answer this one. Not Persona related. Out of all the Vault Hunters 1, 2, pre-sequel, and 3, which is your favorite from each group? I have no idea.
I don't have any strong feelings towards any of the casts of Borderlands. Akpenzapanda asks, are there any more figure-out fetish vids in the works?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this Giantess video.
Yeah, we have to do the Giantess one, and there's, like... I want to do one about, like, mommy GIFs and why millennials are so, like, weirdly obsessed with that.
What, are you not?
No, I am, but, like, I wanna know why.
Something about this name makes me stark, but XX Mickey 462XX.
That's his gamer tag.
What was the first Megaten game you ever played, and what were your original thoughts on it?
The first, like, one I played was Persona 3. When I finished it, I was like, that was a good game.
Persona 3, didn't finish it, but thought it was a good game. Then I played and finished Persona 4, and was like, yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah, man.
Red Jajankin asks, if you had to pick one of the Persona teams to hang out with for a week, who would you pick, and why?
Just a week, huh?
I don't want to say... investigation team then, because then I have to say goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye.
Yeah, but like, alright.
Like I think the novelty of being with C's for a week would be novel, and then at the end of it, like, yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't, like, man, I'm not gonna be able to live the same life as I will see. I'll never see Junpei again.
Yeah, it's like kind of a depressing scenario. Shit, I don't know. If I had to just pick one, I guess I would go with Persona 3. Maybe I could kiss Fuka, or maybe I could do that.
I want to feel what I guess is weird like torso
Yeah.
white part feels like. That'd be step one. Yeah, I guess can I just like feel? would she be down?
Probably.
I guess seems like she'd be.
I don't think she would be like opposed to it.
Let's see. Skipping SMT 5 questions.
Yeah.
Here on out. Favorite SMT demon?
Mine is Black Frost. Ho.
He ho. Let's see here. I low key want to say the Frost Trio from Demi Kids.
Hmm.
They're just so cute, tiny, and like shaved ice.
That Ifrit guy. What do you think of Rad, the Double Fine game? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. What's your favorite JoJo ranked from worst to best? I don't know if he's talking about part or the actual JoStar.
I assume he's talking about the JoStars. My favorite, like, I don't want to give like a precise order, but Josuke is my favorite, like part 4 Josuke. Then probably Johnny. Yeah, those are my two favorites.
Let's see. I like Jotaro a lot. And I like Old Joseph, and Jolene's great. And then at the bottom, I haven't read part 8 yet, but fuck if everything I see of it doesn't confuse me. So it's just like make up your damn mind, Josuke. Part 8.
Josuke part 8.
Josuke name down.
Yeah, man. Get your shit together. Isif. Plans to cover Guilty Gear 2020 when it comes out. Yeah, like I'll definitely be I'll definitely be playing it, but I don't know how much like content I'd make out of it necessarily.
At Anig. How do you feel about a Persona 5 crossover with 4?
Yo, I'm into it. That'd be sick, dude. Then Joker and Thanos can probably can have their fucking battle, dude.
Yeah.
Like what we've been waiting for.
Joker's gonna go into Thanos' palace and steal a cognitive infinity gauntlet. The cynical ghost asks, "What are you in school for, and why?" I'm out of school. I have a job.
I am in for computer networking. And why? It's a deep question, man. I don't know, I guess it's probably just because like I know out of like the things I can practically make a job out of, I probably know the most about computers, so it's like the easiest thing to get into and like kind of skirt by, you know?
Science Blaster asks, "Would you be down to make a Shimonetta video with Medi?"
Yeah, sure. Definitely. I actually really do want to make a video about Saotome at one point, because that's my favorite Shimonetta character. So he'd probably be into the idea of doing that.
Leah asks, "You think Danganronpa should have its own rhythm game spinoff?" Absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't play it, but might as well.
Yeah, it should. With those tracks, yes.
Yeah, man.
Jacobo asks, "Is there a character you want to talk about, but want to stay 1,000 feet away from their respective series?" What?
Not really. I mean, like, there's not really any series where I'm like, oh, that series. I don't want to talk about that one, you know?
Fate.
I mean, like, for me, it's just more like a lack of knowledge about it. Like, I know there's a lot of different Fate stuff that I could, like, media I could consume and be like, yeah, this is fine, probably. But I just, like, I don't know if I would have any interest in talking about them.
I already said I'm working, but what about you?
Community college.
Dion123 asks, "Will you guys do another video on Akechi getting back on the team?" Not really.
Probably not speculation. I'm sure we'll make a video talking about him, like, after we actually play Royal. But as for speculation, we're pretty much speculated out.
Le Fool, are you going to play Persona 5 Royal in Japanese, or wait?
I'm not playing that fucking thing in Japanese. I won't understand what's happening.
Yeah, I tried playing a game in Japanese. It was rank 10, and I just got confused and lost, and a bunch of bad endings happened.
I mean, to be fair, that's also Rance 10.
But at the same time, like, I doubt it's going to be much different.
Yeah.
Spookster asks, Who would win in a fight? Ryuji, but he can say the F word. Duke Nukem fused with Frosty from Devil Survivor 1.
I mean, if Ryuji is allowed to say fuck, he instantly wins. I don't know. Like, Duke can't outrun a fuck, so I think Ryuji's got this.
Red Reapy asks, can you predict what is going to be the next Persona spinoff? I think it's going to be a Warriors-style game featuring the cast of Persona 5 in some sort of scrambling situation.
That would be amazing if that prediction were to be accurate. I think like the most likely thing is probably Persona 5 Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't know. What's like a genre that Persona's never really been a part of?
What if we don't get a Persona 5 Arena and Joker and Smash is our substitute for that?
I wouldn't lose sleep over it, honestly.
Yeah.
Doomy, how afraid were you of the new Guilty Gear being Overture 2? How would you react to that? That would have been a horrifying nightmare scenario. Like, I'll probably make a video about Guilty Gear Overture at some point, because that is one of the weirdest video games. To turn, like, a fighting game series into this fucking really strange, like, shitty Muso kind of thing.
I'm not even gonna try. Would you like Mitsuru step on you?
A lot of Mitsuru steppy questions, yes. See, this question's quite interesting. Atomic Astro, if, hypothetically speaking, some artist were to draw Caroline Fither trap hentai, how would you feel about that? Asking for a friend. I wouldn't be...
Well, who's he with?
Yeah, or is it just me?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just me, I wouldn't be morally opposed to it. Just saying. And also send it to me. Just saying.
Who would you want to be shipped with in such an image?
I guess Makoto.
Nijima, Yuki, or
right, of course. Nijima.
Kino, Nanaya.
Nijima, definitely. You'll
Alright.
get a little bit of that SS action.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
DNCBLR124. Expectations for female max rank confidants in Persona 5.
Are they?
I'm guessing we'll be able to get a date with Sai.
I would assume so, yeah. It seems like something they'd likely do. But
Because we got that from the Valentine's OVA.
yeah.
Besides that, the only other one that we could like potentially date that we can't right now is Kasumi. I'm guessing we'll be able to date her.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Jonathan DeMel asks, thoughts on fighting manga? Any that you follow / are interested in?
If you mean like boxing, like more sort of realistic kind of fighting manga, not really.
I appreciate it from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Divided by Zero, base reveal? I mean, we did me earlier.
Yeah, like, if you want to see me, there's, like, I know I show my face in the most recent con video I uploaded, and then there's, like, the Fifth Foods, where it's me the whole time.
Yeah.
So, there's a couple videos on the channel of me. Dorks!
Weirdest masturbation story. I actually have 2 videos on my channel about my weirdest masturbation story, in which I was masturbating, and then the YouTube autoplay decided, no, now you're going to listen to Initial D music, or now you're going to listen to Kakarot versus Broly. So then I'm just beating my meat, and it's like, go, Broly!
Go! Broly!
Go!
Oh,
Broly!
wow! Oh, wow!
And I'm like, I'm gonna make it work, but...
As for me, one that comes to mind is just as a weird thing I did was like, this was one of the first times after I had a nut. I fucking vacuumed my room because I was so afraid of the possibility of there being a cum, like, anywhere and being discovered. And now I'll just like nut on my desk and leave it. And now I just don't care. Clyde, thoughts on TMS Switch version? It most certainly exists.
Flying Spaghetti. What are your thoughts on Persona / exclusivity on their consoles?
Shit, where do you even see that one?
I scrolled down.
Uh,
And do you think it will end? I don't think it's going to end, and I'm not a fan of it.
yeah, like, people always get really pissy about, like, why isn't, it would be free money, why isn't Persona 5 on Switch? But it's like, to me, that's kind of like saying, why doesn't Burger King sell the fucking Big Mac? Because it's like, there's obviously some deal between Sony and Atlus to, like, keep at least the main Persona RPGs, like, on their system. And the only exceptions are, like, really Persona Q. And then there's, like, Scramble, which is coming out.
Mr. Saturn 19 asks, is Koromaru worth living for? Yes.
Yeah,
anything that you can find that's worth living for is worth living for.
Yeah, that's deep. Yeah, Koromaru's he's a good doggy.
The Doctor Review asks, so, how are you?
I'm okay.
Fine.
I'm alright.
I have seen better days, but I'm fine overall.
Yeah.
Adolfo Bing Bong asks, will you be going to PAX East 2020? Probably not.
Nope. Don't think I will, unless I win the lottery. I doubt that one.
DeWatt asks, what is your favorite pornographic media you consumed?
Mine is
Goku
Futabu.
rants.
Mine is Futabu. It is my favorite work of pornography ever.
Sengoku rants. It is that is technically on the umbrella, but I like it for the hentai part. We're reaching the end here.
Yeah. P wants to know, who's your favorite Jav actress / porn star? I don't really like most Javs.
Names.
Yeah, I don't really keep names, and I'm also just not that big a fan of Javs. Like, mostly it's the censorship that, like, kills it for me, you know? Like, every now and again I'll enjoy one, but it's just not something I can really get into a lot of the time.
Who's your favorite hentai doujin art? I like Geka Kaguya. They made some really good Fudanari doujins. And I'm not even the biggest on Fudanari, but when I look at those, I just get it. And they get it.
Mine is also a Fuda artist. He goes by both Boshi and Askray. He is the mastermind behind Futabu. So he's definitely my favorite. And favorite Megaten game for hentai? I find Persona 5 probably has the best doujins.
One of my favorite Persona doujins is a Persona 4 doujin, so
yep.
I give it to that. Obon asks, are you a cuckold? Only professionally.
Yeah.
Right asks, what happened to a Byakuya video for Danganronpa?
Okay, so the Byakuya video is like semi-lost media that never really got made. I actually tried to record it a couple times, but I just couldn't quite get my thoughts together. So I swapped it out with the fucking Ryoma video, but at some point I will make it. It was just at the time I was struggling to find the right words, but eventually I will make a video about the guy.
Opinions on the Aeon Genesis translation, Shin Megami Tensei Aeon.
The story and struggle behind it is probably way more interesting than the actual game. I haven't actually tried it yet.
Rookie Brecht asks, what would you rate eating ass?
I've never eaten ass, so I cannot confirm nor deny its qualities.
Oh, we made it!
We did it! We're at the end!
We did it!
Whoa!
So, any closing words for these lovely people?
Thank you all so much for the questions, I guess. I'm sorry you had to sit through our, eating ASMR.
Did you just say I gargle cum?
Yeah, absolutely.